A concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury that can result from a blow to the head, or it could simply be a force that's transmitted to the head. Concussion is a complex injury that can affect many different aspects of brain function, including things like vision. In fact, many people who have sustained a concussion report experiencing visual symptoms. And in this study, they actually took 100 adolescents between the ages of 11 and 17 who had recently sustained a concussion, and of that 100, 69 had one or more impairments related to their visual system. Things like blurry vision, double vision, sensitivity to light, and difficulty with reading or other tasks that require a functional visual system like your balance. The visual system is an intricate network of structures that work together to help us perceive our world around us. I want you to think about the eyes kind of like cameras. They're just there to help capture visual information, which is then transmitted to the brain for processing. The brain then interprets this information to help us make sense of what we're actually seeing. Now, when a concussion occurs, that impact can disrupt this delicate balance and cause a variety of visual symptoms. One of the most common visual symptoms associated with concussion is blurry and or double vision. Let's break this down and discuss why that could happen. First, we have to go back to the analogy that I used earlier of your eyes functioning like two individual cameras. In order for you to experience clear, crisp vision, assuming your actual visual acuity has not been impaired, both of those cameras, both of your eyes, need to be looking at the same exact thing at the same exact time. And one of the most common reasons for experiencing blurry and or double vision is when your eyes are not aligned properly, causing two completely separate images to come into the brain instead of two of the exact same images. So let's think about it. If I have camera A and camera B, and they're both aimed at the same thing, those images come back into the brain and everything is clear and crisp. On the flip side, if I have camera A and camera B, and one of those cameras is slightly deviated off of its target, now when those images come back into the brain, they aren't quite the same. And that could lead to either blurry or double vision depending on the amount of deviation. Because look, if there's only a slight deviation, things may be a little blurry, but as the amount of deviation increases, you'll end up developing true double vision. Visual issues after sustaining a concussion is a very common complaint. And in fact, in this article, they state that depending on its location and severity, a TBI can lead to either structural and or functional damages in several parts of the brain, such as the cranial nerves, the optic tract, or other circuitry involved in vision like the occipital lobe, which is the back part of your brain that processes vision. Hopefully, this begins to paint a picture for you of that whatever is ultimately leading to your visual issues could be anything along the pathway from the actual eye itself all the way to the back part of the brain that processes vision. And I think this is why it's important to find a provider that knows how to dissect, not in the little term, but someone who can, through a thorough bedside exam, analyze the different breakpoints throughout the visual system and be able to decipher where is the fault and then come up with a specific and tactical plan to improve those regions. Other complaints that are often reported after sustaining a head injury are things like light sensitivity, difficulty reading, trouble focusing, visual motion sensitivity. In fact, just this week, I started working with a patient who feels as if one of his eyes, his left eye, is looking through a flip book. He feels like it's a series of images all spliced together versus what it should be, a smooth, seamless video. We'll dive into all of these in a separate video.